Hey, what's up everybody? It's Mike from Cornfield Customs again, and today I just wanted to do a little bit of a sit-down video to talk about what the commitment to the craft looks like. No matter what your craft is, it's all about commitment to that craft and growing skill. So let's sit down and we will talk about what I feel commitment to the craft looks like. So I really feel that talking about what commitment to a craft looks like is super important to multiple types of people. Whether you be a potential employee, a potential employer, a young person that's just thinking about pursuing a different craft, I think it's really important to talk about what commitment to a craft looks like versus a hobby versus just having a job. Because there's actually a huge difference in all of those things. So that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video. I think at times it might be polarizing to some of you, while it's going to be super relatable to others. So for me, commitment to my craft of being a fabricator and a sheet metal shaper, as well as everything else that's going on as like an entrepreneur and, you know, developing tools and all that, it all kind of comes together, and I look at my business as my craft. So the way I kind of look at it is it's pretty much an obsession. It's all I think about, it's all I do. Every waking hour, sometimes when I'm even asleep, I dream of new ideas. It's an obsession. So the big thing you have to take into consideration with that is that what you want your life to be? The way I like to describe it to people is if you're looking for a 9-to-5 Monday through Friday as a craft, or you want to be a craftsman with putting in that kind of time, you're never going to reach the level you want to reach due to the fact that you're not putting in enough time and it's not consuming your life. Again, that might be one of the more polarizing ways to describe it, but in my eyes, it's the truth. If you look at Olympic gymnasts or any Olympian whatsoever, do you think they go into the gym at 9 o'clock in the morning, punch in, say, okay, we're going to work out till 5 and I'm going to be the greatest Olympian that's ever been? No, they eat, sleep, breathe, whatever their category of sport is. And it's like that with everything. If you think about Michelangelo and painting the Sistine Chapel, do you think he clocked in at 9 o'clock and painted till 5 and then he clocked out and just didn't think about painting or art or pursuing better skills or different techniques or colors? Absolutely not. You know, he went in every waking hour he could, and he continued to push himself to do better work, better quality, find good colors, and just pursue his craft. And that's what we're talking about. And the good and the bad thing is being a high-level craftsman isn't for everybody. It's just really not, because some people don't have the drive to do that. And that's perfectly fine. You know, it has to be a personal choice if you want to pursue being a craftsman of whatever you choose. And, you know, I'm speaking from experience in my industry, but it doesn't have to be. If you want to be a chef, if you want to be just a burger flipper, if you want to be a carpenter, if you want to be a mason, any of that stuff, it all comes down to discipline, focus, and the pursuit of pushing yourself beyond just a normal laborer. So for me, when I've looked for potential employees in the past, that's one thing I like to talk about, is what is their passion in life, what's the end game, and how far do you want to push yourself? If it's somebody that, like I've said a couple times, if it's just somebody that wants to clock in and out and collect a paycheck, this isn't the place for them, because I am trying to make this business and all of our work that comes through here go to the next level constantly. So if it's just somebody that just wants a job, this isn't the facility for them. There are plenty of shops around that they're perfectly content just doing what they do, and they're never pushing the boundaries. They're perfectly satisfied in their comfort zone. And here, it is totally different. I am constantly pushing myself, my skills, my knowledge, and the equipment I have to be better and better with everything I do. And that's what I'm looking for in a potential employee, and as well as potential companies to work with, because we all have to be like-minded with similar goals in mind. You know, I don't want to work within mediocrity or just complacency. You know, being stagnant is not the type of person I am. So you have to really balance that out to say, is this something I'm willing to do? Can I personally push myself to the next level every single day and continue to do that for the rest of my professional career or even life? I don't expect to ever retire in this industry. I figured one day I'll just wake up dead on the floor and that'll be the end of it, because this is a big part of who I am, you know, everything about it. Like, I'm a different person than just the work, but the work is a huge part of who I am and what I'm striving to be. Again, it goes back to, I want to be a high-level craftsman of this industry. So I know this is a kind of a lot of just rambling and talking about different ideas of what is a craftsman, but all of it boils back down is you have to want it bad enough, and you have to push yourself hard enough constantly to keep growing and getting better and better every day. So if you're considering being a craftsman or getting into a high level of work that's always on the up and up and striving for better quality, you really have to look deep down inside and make sure that that's something, A, you want, B, you can devote the physical time and the mental time to do that. And if not, again, that's perfectly okay. But I feel that especially for people that are looking for potential employment, you have to go in with the idea of, is this something I'm willing to pursue and grow for the next 10 to 20 years, if not longer? Because, like I said, if you are a person that just wants a paycheck and thinks it'll be neat to work on cars or neat to be a metal shaper, it's not going to work out, because you don't have the passion or the desire to push yourself to those limits. So that's kind of my viewpoint on what it is to pursue being a craftsman and what craftsmanship looks like today in the modern world. Like I said, with Michelangelo and Olympians and all of that stuff, it's the same but different. We've all pursued our craft and pushed ourselves to be better and better every day for our entire life. And that's what it boils down to. As a potential employee or somebody getting into this industry, you also have to realize you have to have the mental fortitude to suck every day, because none of this stuff really comes easy. It's all a lot of hard work. It's not glorious work, and it takes years and years of practice to become proficient. So you have to kind of embrace being awful at a job for a really long time and not just give up and walk away, which I found with potential hires and new people in the industry. When things get hard, they just want to give up and walk away instead of pushing themselves to be better and work hard on learning the skills required to get better and better every day. So the mental fortitude is a lot that goes into it, because you have to be able to realize that you're not perfect, but you want to strive for perfection. And then when you fall short, to not let it ruin your day and use it as a learning experience to grow that skill, as well as fortitude to continue to push after hours. Like, you don't necessarily have to work 100 hours a week, but when you leave either your job or your home shop, it never really ends. For me, I don't clock out at 6 o'clock and go home and don't think about anything to do with cars, racing, metal shaping, fabrication. It's always running in the background of my mind. I'm always doing research. I'm looking up new ways of doing things and seeing what other industry professionals are doing to help grow my skill set and my understanding of what's going on. So there's multiple layers of the mental fortitude that goes into it. And if you're applying for a job at a shop, but the owner is trying to pursue a high level of craftsmanship, you have a better understanding of what he's looking for and what he's going through as well. So Again, don't be afraid of sucking at a job, because as long as you realize that you're not the best at it, but you're willing to improve, that goes a long way in this industry. For me, when I had employees, if an employee screwed something up, yeah, it wasn't awesome, but as long as they realized they made a mistake, they didn't try to hide it, they admitted that there was a mistake, and they said they were going to do better next time, that's all you can ask for. So you have to have that positive attitude and that mental fortitude to want to do better and push beyond to get there. Some of the other things you'll have to take into consideration with pursuing a high level of skill in a craft is the probability that you're going to have to make sacrifices in your personal life, whether that be from relationships with friends, family, partners, and going out and doing other social activities like going to the bar or running around getting into trouble. You need to surround yourself with like-minded people with similar goals. If you want to become a high-leveled craftsman, you need to surround yourself with high-level craftsmen. If you want to surround yourself with people that just go out and get drunk at the bar, get into trouble, and cause mayhem, those are the type of people you'll hang out with. It's like the old adage where if you want to be a millionaire, surround yourself with 4 millionaires and you will become the 5th. You are who you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with troublemakers or drunks or drug addicts, you will most likely become one. So surround yourself with high-level craftsmen that have positive attitudes and want to focus on growing the craft, and you will also become a craftsman that wants to grow the craft. The same thing comes with running around, going to the bar, drinking, partying, all of that stuff. It's a distraction, and it has nothing to do with becoming a craftsman. So I'm not saying you can't go out and have dinner and you can't have a good time, but if it becomes a problem to where you're going out to the bar 3 or 4 nights a week, that is becoming a distraction, and it's going to get in the way, and it ties into the types of people you're hanging around with. If you surround yourself, again, with high-level craftsmen, you don't find those people at the bar multiple times a night. They know how to go out, enjoy themselves, and be social, but they also know what it takes to get to the level they want to be at. So they have some self-control, and they focus on the end goal of not partying every night, but growing a skill that will last a lifetime. So with making sacrifices in anything, it's very challenging, and it can be rough to cut those practices and potential people out of your life, but that's why it takes so much to pursue this, is you are sacrificing a lot in your personal life, extracurricular activities. You know, you have to be focused, you have to be driven, and you have to push really hard. So all of this is very hard on some people, while other people it just falls into naturally to pursue this level. So that's another thing you need to keep in mind is, are you willing to make the sacrifices needed to pursue the quality and skills in this craft you want? So hopefully that doesn't really turn any of you guys off to the idea of pursuing a craft, but there's a difference between being a craftsman, a tradesman, and just a laborer. So again, I don't want anybody to be turned off, but you really do have to look deep down inside of yourself and see if it's something you want to pursue ongoing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's a little insightful. Hopefully it'll be beneficial to people, like I said at the beginning of this video, that are considering joining something that would be declared a craft, or you need to be a craftsman to do. You're seeking employment and you want to know what it's like to be in this field and kind of what potential employers are looking for. Or as an employer that's trying to help explain to other potential hires or employees what they're looking for to help grow their brand and their craft and continue that forward momentum of getting better and better and raising their personal bar. So again, hopefully this is beneficial and a little insightful into what I feel being a craftsman is and pursuing the craft. And drop down in the comments section, let me know what you guys think of this video as well as many of the other ones. If there's anything I can do to answer any questions about getting into this industry or any other industry I can help with, please drop down in the comments section. Let's have an open discussion about it and help you guys out where we can. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video as well as many of my others. I'm going to keep pushing the content. trying to do as many as I can with tube bending, fabrication, metal shaping, business stuff, as many different outlooks on as many different topics as I can to help you guys out and get you the information you're looking for with a no BS attitude. So again, thank you guys so much for checking it out. Check out some of the other videos, and we will catch you guys on the next one.